CBS and gaslight everybody, as though to imagine that what they had an outlook on the circumstance didn't make any difference to happen their method for kicking in Oprah. I know, Dwayne, you did somewhat heavier lifting in light of the fact that you're not worth very as much as open clutch your seats in light of the fact that Oprah Winfrey is causing disturbances, once more subsequent to tending to the analysis encompassing the Maui Reserve. It resembles a thrill ride you never expected. Oprah, a conspicuous figure, has wound up in the eye of the tempest, and presently moved forward to share her side of the story in a way that would sound natural to her. Oprah said, "Well, this is a truly fascinating point about tracking down satisfaction while being barraged and gone after web-based. Yes, you heard it right. She's looking at finding bliss in the midst of all the cynicism coming her direction. Yet stand by there's more. Oprah accepts that the flood of inquiries and paranoid fears coursing about her online has totally eclipsed the very reason she started the fun in any case. Yet, rather than getting the compassion she could have expected, she's encountering significantly more backfire." So what precisely did Oprah say that has touched off a firestorm via virtual entertainment? And for what reason is this turning out to be a particularly hair-raising subject? Trust me, you'll need to keep close by for the rest of this video, since it's going to get genuinely marvelous. This thought came about on the grounds that, as you most likely are aware, when you were there, Tony, I was on the ground, conversing with heaps of individuals, attempting to sort out how would I best assistance. To start with, it was simply you realize material things, dropping off generators and towels. Fans are humming with conclusions, and they have areas of strength for and about Oprah's reaction to late analysis. Numerous people out there accept that her response sends an unmistakable message. She couldn't care less about what others think. You see, it's a typical idea that very well-off people like multi-tycoons and tycoons frequently don't put a lot of significant worth on the assessments of regular individuals. They could see the people who can't help contradicting them as simple skeptics. It's a discernment that the rich and renowned at times excuse the perspectives on those they consider underneath them. Yet here's where it gets fascinating. A few fans are saying that Oprah Winfrey ought to adopt an alternate strategy. As opposed to playing the casualty, they contend she ought to participate in a touch of self-reflection. It's a require those in places of tremendous riches and impact to consider various perspectives, regardless of whether they line up with their own. So what's all the quarrel about? As of late, on a Tuesday, Oprah showed up on CBS Mornings to advance her fresh out-of-the-box new book. This appearance gave her the ideal stage to straightforwardly address the continuous analysis she's been looking in a new fragment posted on TikTok and YouTube. Oprah Winfrey drilled down into the analysis she's been confronting, portraying it as a surge of feeling threatened and attacked web-based. She uncovered that this experience has given her a newly discovered feeling of empathy for youngsters who could have gone through comparable web-based difficulties. Oprah conceded that on the off chance that she didn't have areas of strength for and of mindfulness, she probably won't have had the option to persevere through the analysis. She underlined that this experience made her think about what such goes after could mean for youthful people who are as yet sorting out who they are. Oprah featured that the web-based assault, loaded up with falsehoods and fear-inspired notions, redirected consideration from the asset's main role, which was to help individuals of Maui. Oprah, who possesses a home on Maui, made sense of that. The thought for the asset was enlivened by vocalist Cart Parton's past foundation endeavors. Cart had effectively raised millions to help survivors of the 2017 fierce blazes that crushed Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Oprah guaranteed that the cash raised through the asset would straightforwardly help those deprived. In spite of the pessimistic kickback, Oprah communicated her proceeded with energy for the pledge drive, thinking of it as an influential idea. She alluded to the analysis as assaults, untruths, and paranoid notions, focusing on that it redirected consideration from the asset's actual reason, helping individuals of Maui. The online being defamation and hammer charge assaults. Lies paranoid ideas truly removed the concentration from what was really significant. and that was individuals of Maui's Oprah Winfrey. Likewise shared more about how the Maui store came to be. She made sense of that both she and Dwayne Johnson had a long history of giving to noble cause. So they thought beginning the asset with an underlying $10 million bucks was smart. Their arrangement was to follow a comparable way to deal with what vocalist Cart Parton had done in the past, rouse others to contribute. A definitive objective was to straightforwardly move assets to the financial balances of the individuals who required help anyway. The TikTok interview posted by CBS Mornings didn't get the good reaction one could expect, despite the fact that it moved past 880,000 perspectives. It just had around 18,300 preferences, while remarks numbered around 13,500. This uncommon like-to-remark proportion proposes that the video wasn't generally welcomed by watchers. This pattern of blended responses appears to follow Oprah Winfrey in a significant number of her new appearances, including recordings connected with the Maui store, while certain remarks protected her, generally kept on, condemning her methodology. Numerous watchers expressed their mistake, feeling that Oprah hadn't straightforwardly tended to their primary concern. They accepted that Oprah and Dwayne Johnson had requested that customary individuals give assets, while not expanding their own commitments. In their view, Oprah appeared to excuse analysis as simple pessimism and didn't give satisfactory thought to her fans' perspectives. In light of this, a TikTok client, utilizing the handle at Tanya Excellence Mentor, collected huge consideration. Her reaction video, posted on September 12th, moved past 650,000 perspectives. The video highlighted a portion from the CBS Mornings meeting and recommended that Oprah was minimizing analysis as unmerited cynicism and disregarding important criticism, have a huge number of dollars, totally not regard anyone that has anything short of them, don't take our viewpoint, they don't self-reflect, and say the TikTok client proceeded to guarantee that Oprah Winfrey, similar as numerous other very rich people she had experienced, didn't appear to esteem the assessments of those they considered underneath them. They would in general view these conclusions as simple cynicism. One watcher communicated this feeling, and a well-known remark that got a ton of preferences, expressing they don't esteem our viewpoint, yet need our cash in the meantime. A few watchers excused Oprah as being distant and found her reaction irritating. They likewise anticipated that more analysis would come her direction. Furthermore, certain individuals question why, as opposed to diverting the cash straightforwardly to the survivors of Lahaina, it needed to go through another association. Apparently, this present circumstance has become one more illustration of a VIP showing up withdrawn from the worries of regular individuals. In her declaration video, Oprah Winfrey professed to be on top of the voices of the general population. Yet it's turning out to be progressively clear that she either didn't completely get a handle on the circumstance or decided to neglect the certifiable requirements and opinions of the people who were impacted. The realness of the asset has gone under examination, with many bringing up legitimate issues about why a tycoon is requesting gifts from people who procure just a small part of her yearly pay. This opinion has resounded boisterously in the remarks segment, where individuals are communicating their distrust and concerns. Fanning the fire is the way that Oprah Winfrey claims more than 1,000 sections of land on Maui, a detail not lost on sharp eyewitnesses. Many are asking her to consider giving this land back to individuals of the island, as opposed to mentioning their monetary commitments. This has ignited a bigger discussion about the job and obligations of well-off people, particularly with regards to supporting networks in need. Oprah to give her home and her territory back to the local individuals of Hawaii, and afterward making a sizable gift at the expense of that land and her home in Hawaii, not on the grounds that she can manage the cost of it, but since it's the proper thing to do, show others how it's done. Oprah. Inside the remarks area, you can find a huge number of comparable feelings communicated by the public. they immovably accept that Oprah Winfrey could have a more massive effect by returning area to the local individuals who have been left with essentially nothing directly following the overwhelming fierce blazes that desolated Maui in August. To gift-setting CNN revealed that these rapidly spreading fires tore through immense areas of Maui, making broad harm huge number of structures, and grievously prompting the heartbreaking deficiency of 115 lives. While firefighting endeavors have gained huge headway with the Lahaina fire completely contained and Olinda, and Pool of Flames at 90%, 95% regulation. Separately, the consequence actually leaves numerous in desperate need. Not long after the fires, Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne Johnson took the video genuinely interesting to their crowd too.